Twitch is it going to be on?
Huh? Purgatory Corner. My other Twitch is not.
Okay.
Yeah, my other Twitch is dead, so. Figured I might as well use one Twitch for all of my Twitch stuff instead of two Twitches, because it was just hard to move around at that point. But, yeah, so this Twitch should work. Okay.
And
Sorry.
what is the name? Did you want us to join or?
Yeah, if you can. Yeah, it's good to not boost the numbers, I guess, but
See what it looks like?
yeah, see what it looks like. Make sure you guys can see it. I'll post a link to announcements real quick, just because I have.
And I'm back.
Hello, we should be live now, I think. Posting announcements. There you are. All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Shifting Fates. This is Purgatory Corner, the Library of Stories. Can you guys hear my voices properly on Twitch? I can't tell. It should be. I've done a couple of streams.
I can hear it.
Okay, cool.
It's a little delayed, but
yeah.
I mean, that's kind of Twitch in general.
Which is
yeah.
Okay, yeah, so welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Purgatory Corner. We're going to ignore that message right there. That should not have been popping up, but whatever. The Library of Stories. Today, I am your storyteller, Sinspeaks, and we're going to be playing a lovely little game called Shifting Fates, a D&D 5e story. So, I actually have a different map, so I'm going to pull that up while I talk. But, this is my crew. We're missing one at the moment, which is Asbjorn, which is going to be 0. He's currently doing a couple of things at the moment. But we have Eleonora with us here. Hi.
Hello.
Oliver.
Hello, hello.
And Rowena.
Hey there.
If you guys would like to just take a few seconds or so and just introduce yourselves to there's a word here, the viewers as it is, you are welcome to. Or if you just want to skip over that, you're welcome to as well, because I know streaming is difficult. Yeah. So feel free. What the hell? Oh, that was my phone telling me Twitch was on. Alright, cool. Thanks, phone. You're a little bit more delayed, but that's fine. But yeah, Ellie, if you want to start us off.
Yeah, so I am Eleonora, or Ellie for short. I am a half-elf monk raised by gnomes. And I always have around me good reason.
Oh, your voice died. Allie.
Uh-oh.
Her mic has some troubles, folks. I'm not sure if her mic fully died. I'm very curious what she was going to say, though, honestly. Oh, there you are. Continue. You always have around you
a fry pan.
Ah, okay, there we go.
You serve food or to serve people.
Nice.
Violently.
I was gonna say, is that having a bartender or a chef to the customer sort of way, or a tavern brawler sort of way?
Both, because I worked at a tavern.
Fair enough.
All right.
Checks out.
Yeah. Oliver, if you want to go next.
Hi, I will be playing Oliver, the T-Flinking Artificer. The primary weapon I'm going to probably be keeping on myself, aside from spells, would probably be my sickle, which I use for, well, harvesting wild plants usually, actually, for the usage of for making potions. Or as well as gathering seeds for bird watching, because why the heck not?
I mean, if it works, it works. Alright, and then Rowena?
Hello. I'll be playing Rowena. She is a half-elf ranger who was born in and raised in the Citadel. with a human mother and an elf father. She is a
Mm-hmm.
scout in the military, and she is on a little bit of a mission right now.
So I just realized that for my my world map of sorts, I forgot to actually place down the whatchamacallit, the locations. My sister made the full map and everything, but her program wasn't allowing her to do like settlements or anything of that sort. So I had to do that manually. And yeah, I did not place them. So instead, I'm going to pull you guys over to the scene that I hate my name bit. Ruina will be looking at. Why is this so small? Should be thicker. We're gonna go with that instead. How does that look? Oh, that looks a little bit better. There we go. So this is the scene that we're going to be starting in, and Ruina, we're going to be starting in your, I suppose, point of view of sorts. So this is Real Tau, the Grey Lands, or the Eternal Lands, as it is often called. We're going to be having a segment at some point, which is kind of going to tell you guys about the world. But for now, we're going to kind of head into what Rowena is seeing. And we're going to be kind of following her for a little bit. So, Rowena, you have been traveling from your Elven Citadel, which is inside of Helios, the land of eternal life, essentially, is what it's often called. It's also called paradise in some places, depending on which race you talk to and which word they decide to use. But everlasting sunshine is one that's very common. Divine domain is located under the rule of the god of light, Pelor, which is different from the actual D&D God of Light, Pelor. This is slightly different variation. To the best of all your guys' knowledge, both in character knowledge and in player knowledge, the gods above, at least from the tales that the elves tell, the gods above had a war long time ago. This war broke out inside the celestial lands, and since then only two gods really remain. A couple of them are still in hiding to some knowledge. Some believe that the gods will come back one day, but these two gods, Pelor and I believe her name was Shar, yeah, goddess of darkness Shar, are the only two divine beings left. They either defeated the other gods and gained their powers, or killed the gods and gained their powers. It can be a mercy killing, it can be entrapment, but whatever it is, the power's changed. And now this land, I actually don't know if my mic's too loud, but that's fine. This land was taken, I won't turn my mic down because I'm spiking. I don't like that. Let me know if that's a problem for folks. But inside this land of shifting fates, there are three general areas on the continent. There is Helios, the eternal lands, the eternal everlasting sunshine, or divine domain, and it is a land of prosperity, of paradise, of hope, of love, peace, and general good-natured will, usually speaking. And it's a land that is, as the name suggests, constantly covered in sun. Most of the plants and animals have gotten evolved over time to get used to it and survive it, but generally speaking, the races have not adapted. They instead adapted their cities or their other areas to work with it. The elves, for example, are almost constantly inside their houses, which protect them from the burning sun. The gnomes shelter inside the forests, whose branches either capture the sun, or the leaves block the sun to a degree, or so on and so forth. And then you have Riotau, the land of eternal, or the eternal lands in some cases, or simply the Grey Lands. This is because in this domain, the gods' powers fight each other, one against the other, constantly shifting, constantly moving. Ooh, that's a 5.
Sorry, that was my bad.
No problem. I'll make it so that works. So land is constantly at pretty much at ends with itself, and so the sky is constantly gray. There's no nighttime, no dark time. No nighttime, no light time. It's pretty much constantly in a land of eternal gray. The land itself, for that matter, is, as you can see here, barren to some degree. It's quite gray, it's quite dark. Usually not a whole lot of things can live in here. The primary races that do live in here are the humans and mountain dwarves, who live inside of the I want to say near the north, or maybe near south, but it depends on where you are for the most part. The last area is called Cataclysm, the land of eternal night, or in other cases, the nightmare domain. It really depends on which race you ask, but generally speaking, all races say the exact same thing. If you're looking for a fight, go in there. If you're looking to die, go in there. If you're looking to be eaten by man-sized plants, that's really the only place you're gonna get that hope. Is a place where sunshine almost never reaches. The gods themselves have domain over these two areas, and so their powers quite literally shape the area, and the sun itself and the moon itself shape these different sections. And so for about 23 hours of the day, the sun is constantly on in the Sunshine Land. 1 hour is twilight, and the same goes for Dark Lands. 23 hours is darkness, and 1 hour is twilight. Which is noon for the Dark Lands, midnight for the Nightland, for the Sunlands in respect. Inside the middle area, it never changes, essentially. There's no real darkness, there's no real light, it's just constantly bleak and mopey. Inside both areas, there are two large pillars, which can be seen from almost any direction, as long as you're high enough and it's a clear enough day, which is not very common inside the inside Riotau. But they are massive, gigantic pillars, which if you're in either side of the continent, you will be able to see them from nearly any location on that side of the continent. These two pillars are quite literally monuments to the gods' powers. They are the physical representation of the gods on this plane of existence. Hey, Archangel. I will give them an interesting life and possibly a lovely death. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, and so these pillars are actual physical representations of the god's might, which is why they can exude so much power over the continent, is because their literal physical embodiments are on the continents. Which technically also means that they are killable, but they're also gods, so that's fun. No one has tried killing them yet, not even the most powerful orc or elf or whatever race you want to name. None of them have attempted murder yet, but it's something that's a fairy tale amongst most races. Is a bedtime story. Is one day adventurer will become more powerful than the gods themselves, and the domains of light and dark will be shed across the lands. So here we are inside of Riotau with the lovely half-elf ranger, I believe you are, Rowena. So you're kind of moving across the area quite swiftly. The forest inside of Helios was just no match for you. You went through it probably in less than 2 days, I would imagine, from the Elven Forest. And you've been, oh, hi, Pocket. You've been inside of Rio Tao. Yeah, I keep forgetting which one is which. I'll put markers or something down at some point. You've been moving across Rio Tao for quite some time, and this is primarily the site that you're seeing. That this is pretty much all of Rio Tao. Unlike your lovely forest continent, this is exceptionally bleak, exceptionally depressing, and there's really not much here. You do see a couple of animals every now and again. Some snap at you, like lizards of some kind. You're not quite sure what they are. Some of them just flee from you. You've seen a couple of rabbits, although it's a very odd circumstance for them. But yeah, this is pretty much all you see. You do know that you are going in the right direction to find the orcs. You know this primarily because to your right, there is, every time you climb up high enough hill or so, there is a large streak of blood-stained lands that you can see. It's pretty much your guideline for heading in that direction at this point.
Okay. So... Do I see any, I guess I would call them opposing forces?
You do not. So far, all you're seeing, I'm not entirely sure how depressing this is to you, but every time you climb up high enough on like a cliffs and you can see the bloodstained lands, you see, in some cases, armor. Usually armor that is absolutely smashed or shattered or broken, just lining the area. Almost like, when you put down, what's the word? Cow trips or something like that. So when people step on them, it like goes through their shoes or something. That's essentially what these are. They're just shattered remains. You see bones, you see some weapons, you see relatively fresh corpses in some cases as well. Some of these look like they're half buried to some degree, but for the most part, any corpses that you see are bones. They've been there for a very long time, or they were buried like these half corpses and they were just like uncovered or something of that sort. They are notably, we're gonna say that's the word. I have a very difficult time with words. Don't worry about it. You will notice for every semi-fresh corpse you find, they are always half-elves. You've not seen a single body that is a full elf or a human as you have walked along this path.
Not gonna be me. I don't see any opposing forces. Do I see a town or anywhere to
Roll me
go
perception
other than
real
the...
quick.
Okay.
Oh, right, I have the ability to make you roll me perception. I keep forgetting that.
Hey, that worked.
That's not too bad. I really wish that would all update, but we'll see. 13. You do see, you wouldn't call them traces of civilization, more or less, but you do see in the far distance, it's very hard to see, but you see in the far distance some white, essentially. Is very different from this, since the barren ground is gray for the most part. But you do see in the distance some white, which you, after several minutes of... Do you have binoculars on you? I forget. I don't think you do.
Let me check. Inventory. I am not seeing it.
Okay, yeah, so in that case, it takes you a few minutes, but you do recognize that the very tippity top of the thing that you're seeing, which is white, is in fact a house. The fact that a house is this close to, the blood-stained road, or the Trail of Bloody Tears, as is often called by the elves, for obvious reasons, is very worrying. because you know that, at least from the stories you've been told by the older elves, this trail, the Trailblade Tears, it grows wider with every battle. Usually by a couple of inches, sometimes by a couple of feet, but essentially the armies keep getting bigger, or the orcs keep getting more brutal, and so the trail just keeps growing every couple of battles. So the fact there's a town this close to it means that it's very likely, if a battle does start next, they're going to be right smack dab in the middle of the way. And from what you've been told from the orcs won't care. And honestly, the elves probably won't care either.
But I will go to the town anyway and see if maybe they have heard some rumblings of what's about to happen.
Smart plan. Okay. So you decide to head over there. It takes you probably another half-day journey or so in order to get over there, but you do see this. It's a very, very small farming community for the most part. Very nice, very kind of elegant, and as you walk in, you notice there's not a whole lot of people there. Most of them are inside their houses, although you do hear a lot of, I suppose, babbling almost from the bar, which is right over here. It sounds like a semi-rowdy bar for the most part.
Well, I know that there is lots of conversation in bars, so I will definitely head over there.
Okay. So you walk into the bar.
Can I take a look around real quick, though?
Oh, yeah, no problem.
See if I see anything else.
You're welcome to roll
Anyone
another
sketchy?
perception. Currently you're not seeing anything. Roll me a perception real quick.
Oh!
That's a nat 1 right there. My thing is not updating, which is kind of annoying. Hold on just a second. You definitely aren't seeing anything. From what you were seeing, everything is very nice. Shockingly, even though it's a small town, it's there we go. Now it's auto-updating to some degree. Sorry, ignore that message there. It looks very clean to you. Yeah, it's very clean area. It's very clean lands. You know, the road may look dirty, but it's clean. Yeah.
I will head on in then.
You haven't seen any dirt yet.
And none at all.
Alright, so you walk into the bar. This bar is very nice. Unlike outside, I won't even have you roll perception this time. Unlike outside, this bar is incredibly nice. There is the U, which I don't know how to make bigger, which is kind of an issue. Yeah. Wonder if I can make this map smaller. Hold on. Make you seem better. Can I make you bigger? I think I can. Hold on. How do I? This will be important for the future. Prototype token.
Hey, it's the first stream. It's all good.
Here we go. Okay, so we'll do we'll do a 3 times scale update token. Okay, on. There we go. You are now bigger. Oh, okay. You have to really click in the middle of the face. Okay. Anyways, that's where you are. Yeah. There's a bartender behind the bar, of course. I don't really have any images at the moment, so don't worry about it too much. We're going to say that this bartender is he's a human. Is that 0? Oh, no. It's you. My first nap. Yeah, so bartender is a human, and he's just kind of sitting behind the bar doing some glass. You'll notice every single person in here is human. There's not a single other race currently occupying this bar. You would probably say there are... it's semi-rowdy, so we'll do that. There are 8 people in this bar. Ah, it did make it auto
Okay.
update. Yes. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm making sure it works. Anyway, so there's about 8 people in this bar. Lots of conversations having. As you walk in, several of them kind of stop the conversations, kind of look at you for a minute. If I remember correctly, you look elf, right?
Oh, most definitely. I raise my eyebrows at them.
Alright, cool. They look at you for a second, and then immediately go back to the conversations as if you're passing traveler, basically. The bartender looks at you, and he's like, well, hello there. We don't see many other races come by.
Well, that's unfortunate. At least I am here now. Do you have anything to drink?
Sorry, it's moving character. That's funny. He looks at you and he's like, oh, we got a couple of things to drink here if you got the money. Some ale, some general beer if you want it, a couple of drinks. We don't see many travelers just because of our location. Being smack dab in the middle of real town does not make a lot of travelers come by. Aside from the war sounds a couple of half miles from here.
So you have been hearing some more.
Aye, kind of hard not to. When every couple of years they start shouting and raving. We don't really know what's going on out there. First time that it happened, so many years ago, we sent out a fellow. He never came back, so we just decided we'll leave it alone. How about you?
I am gathering information, I guess you could say. Yeah.
Very
Do
interesting.
you... Have you seen any... How would you say it?
He raises an eyebrow.
Unsettling creatures lately.
Well, if you're talking about rats, we see many of them constantly. If you're talking about chairs, they're very unsettling in some cases to stare at. Like that one. He points at a chair that is literally just kind of right behind you right here. It's a chair. It's nothing surprising. He's certainly making light of your comment. Besides that, no,
Okay.
we don't have many unsettling figures. Most of the folks in here are the ones that run the town. No one else really comes in.
So I'm the only new person.
Have been for a while now. We came here, I don't even know how many years ago. Only a couple, though. Couldn't be more than a decade. The world makes it kind of difficult to tell sometimes, you know. But we don't see many folks around here very often. Not many different races, however. We do see every now and again some humans that are crawling by. We seen a dragonborn once. A dwarf came on once. He was, he drank everyone under the table. Fun guy.
Wouldn't know. I'll take a beer.
He nods and slowly passes you one. As you are talking, Eleonora, you have been wandering the wastes about the same as she has. It actually took you a little bit longer to get on the path than her. And, yeah, you tend to follow the paths that are a lot less bumpy. And by that I mean you don't tend to go up many hills. You like the forest. The forest agrees with you. Forests don't have many hills. They're usually quite flat, although some of them have ridges and bumps. So you chose the path a little bit off to the side, near probably to the left or so, where she was by quite a ways, which explains why she hadn't seen you. Also, because she was to your left and you were looking primarily to the right at the mass amount of blood and corpses. It tends to be quite distracting. But you've been wandering the waste for quite some time. The only knowledge that you have is in that direction is darkness, where you're heading, and you want to get there at some point. However, I assume the idea of a town and the idea of food in said town brings you into the town. Because your character's crazy.
That is true. After long journeys, it definitely would have to stop for food, especially leaving the forest.
Yeah. You don't have much that gives you food, do you, actually? Which I don't think you have anything that gives you food. So you have rations, which you've been making quite a lot of lately. And you're starting to run out of supplies. Anyways, you head inside of the town. Is there anything that you make note of? Like Rowena tried to? Or do you just walk straight into the bar with absolutely no care for anything around?
I would look around, see
Okay,
what's
cool.
around, see what I could use, because it's my first time being out and about. I'm quite curious.
Cuckoo, feel free to roll me your perception as we once again stare at the village. Please roll one. That would be hilarious. Eventually,
Oh
I'm going to
no.
remember to actually make you to actually pull out a roll. By the way, if you need to access your sheet, you can either press C or you can go to the 3 icons on the top right. 3 person icons. That should work. Ooh, that's an intelligence check. Nah.
Yeah, wrong one.
Are you sure? You can do it. I have faith in you. Alright, Angel, have a good night. Once we post this on our VOD, which if you guys have not seen our VOD, you guys can use the little chat there on the left to see our YouTube, our Patreon, get a link to our Twitch if you want to share it and anything like that. Or if you just want to lurk, you can do that too. For our YouTube, it's Tables of Tartarus is our most commonly used one. Let me just make you... And that is where all of our... perception. There you are. That is where all of our VODs go. So after we've completed all of our fun stuff here, it's not auto-updating. That's annoying. Okay, well that's a 10. You see about as much as she did, although you do notice there is dirt on the road.
Well, that's reassuring.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not sparkly clean. I know. Shocking.
At least the war hasn't reached here. That's reassuring.
That is true, yeah. There's no signs of death or anything of that sort. It just looks like a regular town that's honestly kind of boring for the most part. It's just a normal town. Anyways, back inside the bar. I assume you walk in?
Yes.
Let me make your token thick as well, because I can. Don't worry about it. Alright, baboosh. Oh, there you are, kind of. Not really sure how to make you guys bigger, so don't worry about it. I'll adjust these maps at some point in the future. Anyways, you walk in. Rowena, roll me perception. Again, I can just have you guys do that, but oh well, I don't care. It's not my fault, I'm an idiot, it's fine. Ooh, okay. 21, hell yeah. You are... Shockingly, while you are preoccupied with drinking a giant beer, it's a surprisingly large beer. They're not usually made for anyone under the size of 6 foot, it seems, since every person in here is a farmer. There are also no women in this bar, by the way, you may notice. So, Eleonora walking in is a particularly odd sight. A, because of her mask. B, because she is actively holding a frying pan on her back, which is an incredibly odd weapon of choice in any regard possible. But the thing that you notice primarily, she has a mark of a true-blooded elf on her arm.
Well, that certainly catches my attention.
If I remember correctly, Ellie, you hide your ears in public, yeah? Or do you do that later?
I do that later.
Okay, cool. In that case,
the gnomes didn't really bicker too much about my ears. But
fair.
I keep the mask on because the smell of alcohol still bothers me, despite working at a bar for so many years.
Yeah, so you do notice that she does have elven ears. Aside from that, she looks more human than you do, shockingly. But she does have elven ears. Her skin is slightly pale, like most half-elves, although shockingly pale, especially considering the land of eternal sunshine makes most creatures' skins a little bit darker than they should be, making half-elves and humans actually very similar. But her skin is relatively pale. She has very stunning white hair, and that mark is on her, I believe, left arm, which is very, very noticeable. She's also wearing a short sleeve shirt, I believe. But she just walks in all casual, like, just, oh wow, walks in, hey, what's up? You want to actually say
New girl
something?
in town, who's this?
I'm going to take my beer away from the bar and probably go over to the corner, like over here. If no one's there, I'm going to take a seat.
Most of the people are inside the chairs themselves. So most of them
Wait,
are
so
either
all the
at
chairs
the
are
bar.
taken?
Yeah, so you're fine back there. Most of them tend to be
Okay.
kind of in the front or near the bar. A couple of them are playing a dice game right at the front here, where these two things are. And there's almost no one in the back here. There's like it's like one person sitting where Ellie's character, right next to where Ellie's character is, right there. But aside from that, there's pretty much no one in that back. Cuckoo. Yeah, you're good right there, Ellie. Anyway, so yeah, Ellie, you walk in. Do you say anything to everyone? Again, everyone seems to turn, look at you for a second, and then kind of go back. It's a little bit of a longer pause this time, because you're the second non-human to have walked in. So they're a little bit confused, just a little bit, but then they just kind of go back to their game. They're like, all right, cool. Sally, would you like to say anything, or you just don't walk in, sit down, be silent, or what you want to do?
I noticed them staring a little longer than usual, than I'm used to, and I just tell them, it's like, hey, keep staring, you're gonna have to carve it down so you remember.
You see a couple,
And then I go sit down.
see a couple raised eyebrows, and a couple of them just start laughing their asses off. Specifically, one's playing the dice game. You also notice, Rowena notices one of them just kind of cheats a little bit at the dice game. He rolls one of the dice a little bit. It's not very noticeable. He just kind of rolls one of the dice as the guy just starts laughing his bloody ass off. But yeah, you sit down. The bartender comes out from his I don't know what this thing is called. Barkeep, bar table. Oh, what's that noise? Hello.
Perhaps it's called the counter.
Whoa, that was weird. That was like a weird
what
stack noise that
noise?
popped up. Oh, that was odd. Oh, I'm either going insane or there is a weird stack noise that happened. I'm not gonna go ahead and say I'm going insane. That's fine. Anyways, the bartender comes out from behind the counter. He also appears to be the waiter. Doesn't seem like this bar is very heavily staffed. And he walks up to Ellie holding the empty glass, and he rubbing a cloth in it. Hello there, miss. You are the second non-human I've seen so far. Ellie. Did your mic die again?
There it goes.
There you are.
Hi.
Hi. Your computer is not liking your mic.
No, it really isn't.
But he walks up to you. He's just like, hello. Second non-human I've seen so far. What are you doing in town, miss?
Just going for an evening stroll. Who's the other? I'm quite interested.
He raises his eyebrow at mention of evening stroll. He's just like, we're in the middle of Rio Tao, the land of eternal twilight, Greylands.
I kind of got lost.
All right, well,
Goodness.
he's kind of baffled for a second. Like, legitimately just kind of staring at you in almost confusion of a sort. Yeah, you don't think the concept of evening really dawns on him properly. And he's like, oh, okay. Well, the other one's right there. He points to Rowena in the corner. She just came in a couple minutes before you. Also not human. I thought you two came traveling buddies or something. But, yeah. Would you like a drink, miss?
Drinks cause trouble. I'm good.
He shrugs. Alright then. Well, have fun.
I'll definitely
Evening
try.
stroll. Just kind of slowly goes back to his counter. He has a look of legitimate confusion on his face. Yeah, so you look across where he kind of pointed and you see Rowena just kind of sitting there. Possibly staring at you.
Most definitely. I will try to signal that she can come on over. Take a seat.
I promise I don't bite.
You sure about that?
Fry pan isn't as scary as it looks. I promise.
Image.
Oh, so you're not the cook here.
Oh no. I just bring this along as protection and a little memento from home.
And where might home be?
You might have heard of it. It's this fairly large forest that no one's really allowed to enter, but it's home to what people know of gnomes and different creatures and everything, but you're not quite allowed to enter.
Roll me a history check, Rowena.
Okay.
See whether or not you actually know the place. You don't go out. You have not gone. Oh wow, you've not gone outside of the citadel very often. Nor do you have folks that tend to go outside the citadel, except to A, hunt, or B, farm, or C, war. However, you have met a couple. Oh, I did not realize history was a -1. That's funny. You have met a
Yep.
couple folks. Not very many, nor do you have very much knowledge on this. But there is a forest, probably 15 some miles, maybe a little bit more south of the citadel, and it is rumored that there are some fey creatures down there, namely goblins. Not goblins, gnomes. Although some goblins have been rumored to pass by there every now and again. There's a tavern down there. I don't remember what we called it. Do you remember, Ellie?
Grumble's Keep
Grumble's
in the
Keep.
Littlefoot Forest.
Yeah, so you know the name of Grumble's Keep. You don't know the name of the Littlewood Forest, though. But you do know some travelers go in there every now and again. It's not said that they often come out, for whatever reason. That may just be a fairy tale, though. You have no idea. But you do know that there is a tavern called Grumble's Keep, deep inside that forest, probably further than the gnomes' territory is. But usually gnomes are how you get there. Some people go around, primarily the elves go around. They do not like that forest often.
So, why exactly are you here?
Mostly by sheer curiosity, because I kind of outgrew the people around me. And I heard about this group of the resistance group. So I figured I'd come out here to this other tavern that's my barkeep at Grumble's Keep told me about.
Okay. So you're not part of the army. You're just here on your own, out of your own sense of curiosity. How interesting.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Have you never been to the Citadel?
No.
The only thing you would know the Citadel, by the way, Eleonora, is the fact that it's home to almost all of the elves, home to a significant quantity of half elves. A lot of humans are in there too. The Resistance doesn't like the fact that the elves are ruling because technically they're older, and the elves don't tend to be the most emotional folks. They tend to be very stolhart, I think is the term, stoic for the most part. Very, yeah, stalwart, very logic based.
Interesting.
And that's pretty much all the knowledge that you have on the Citadel. You also know it's a very big place.
Interesting.
So, a place where, from what I hear, where most elves and half elves and humans live. There's a little bit of hierarchy issue, but I just wasn't included to live there. I ended up being raised by the gnomes.
Gnomes.
Yeah, they're not the greatest people. They're quite grouchy. I'm pretty sure it's a size thing, but yeah.
You did technically outgrow them by the time you were like 10.
Pause for a laughing moment.
Is your mic doing okay, were you? Oh, there you are.
Yes. Sorry.
Sorry, I kept hearing
I
like your
just
mic
Googled a
flicker.
little
I was like, While you two are talking, the third member of your strange little party will eventually come into town. Oliver, hello.
I hear you. How goes it?
Yeah. So, outside this town, you actually had a much shorter trip, and you actually came by in the southern entrance rather than the eastern entrance. So you weren't spied by pretty much anybody. Nobody. You also notice no guards. There has not been a single guard that has walked in this area so far that you have seen so far. As you walk into this tavern, or into this town, I should say. Not a single guard you have met so far. The wastes, of course, are boring, gray, and rather ugly for the most part. You see things a little bit more in color than most other folks do, for various reasons. But you see this town kind of ahead of you. I'm assuming you walk in. You're, I think, originally part of a trading group. So, trading probably is in your blood, but, yeah.
Yeah, I pop into the village. It's definitely probably a better location to be spending the evening than, well, out in the wilderness, to be certain.
That is true, yeah. Do you also decide to perceive around the town to see anything of interest, or do you simply spot the bar and its rambunctious crowd of regulars and walk in, or?
Yeah, a general walk through town would probably be a good idea, just to get a quick feel for the general area, as well as to, well, get a quick look, or to assess the general civilians at the moment.
Roll me.
Would that be some sort of perception, or
Yeah, that'd be
what sort of
perception.
would that be? Okay, let me pull that up. That's not it.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think I'm figuring out much.
Nah, you've walked around, and like the others, you've seen a road. Yeah, it's a nice road. Unlike Eleonora, it looks cleaner to you. A little bit dirtier than Rowena thought, but kind of clean. You notice there's a windmill. There, yeah, nice windmill. It's the small barn with a couple animals in there. Very few, but there's like a sheep in there. The sheep also looks like a sheep. Yeah?
Guess my mind is primarily hung up on the fact that why the heck is there no sort of town guard here? Did all of them get sent out to war or something?
Yeah, that's probably confusing you quite a lot. But you do hear the bar. They might all be in the bar. But yeah, there's not much other activity. The road is a road. The windmill is a windmill. Grain feed is a grain feed. Bar looks like a bar.
I guess I'll probably be making my way towards the bar, but first I'd like to actually try and see if I can single out a location that would probably serve as like an inn or something. Would I be able to figure something out for that, or
Yeah.
or was that part of the initial perception check I just ran?
Roll me additional investigation since you are more actively
Okay.
seeking.
Oh yeah, that's a lot better for me. Still not great, but it's a lot better.
A little
Even
bit,
though
a little bit.
it's
From what you can tell, but very, very little you can tell. what amazing insights that you have upon the world as it is at the moment. The bar looks to be the only source of an inn in the entire town. The barn technically could count. You've seen worse inns. I mean, if you really
hey,
wanted to, you could sleep on the windmill. Be kind of difficult, but
it's not a critical fail, but it's still not much better. But hey, it's a roll of the dice.
Yeah.
I guess in that case, I'll just be making my way to the bar. Or then.
All right, cool. So you also into the bar. This time, everyone looks at you for quite a while. All conversation just dies down as you walk in. If you'd like to describe your character,
Sure. I am a crimson-colored tiefling wearing a brown overcoat. Crap, where did that file I had a second ago go? Here we go. A brown overcoat and similarly colored pants. Those pants also seem to have a strange colored pad on them that vaguely it looks like a match pad. On either side, black pair of boots that go up just below the knees. Couple metal buckles going up that space. I'm also wearing a black belt-like sash over my front as well as my midsection. And going down that sash is a total of 7 different vials, each containing a different colored potion, it seems.
so he walks in.
I also have a plague doctor's mask, as well as a strange, what looks like perfume bottle head, strapped to my belt line.
That's cute. So yeah, so he walks in, and you can clearly tell from his hands, and from the horns popping over his mask, he is clearly a tiefling. The mask is slightly disturbing, but
I mean, I'm not really wearing the mask right now.
Oh, are you not? Oh, okay.
I primarily just pulling that thing on. I primarily only pull that thing on when I'm actually on duty, and I'm kind of traveling right now, so...
Oh, okay, fair. So yeah, he walks in. He's very clearly a tiefling. Literally every person in the bar just kind of stops what they're doing, including the bartender, who is just kind of shuffling, glasses around at that point. Just kind of stop what they're doing and openly stare at him. There's no hostility, which is the really weird thing, especially in Eleonora's case. Usually when folks walk in and they get stared at like this, it's time to pull out some knives. But yeah, there's no hostility. Everyone's just looking at him with pure unbridled confusion, a little bit of shock in there, and just everyone just stares.
I'm just gonna chuckle under my breath, just different town, same vibes.
Do you guys say anything to him, or...
Well, I think I just heard a mouse scurry across the floor. I wonder who arrived.
I mean, that's fair enough.
Rowena is sitting there with her hand on her dagger.
Oh, a little bit of hostility. Interesting. Okay. To the best of your guys' knowledge, you have not ever heard of a tiefling before, except for Rowena, who would have heard very, very few stories. Very few stories. There are possibilities that the necromancers may possibly be some tieflings. That's about all the information that folks have on tieflings on the light side territory. However, you also know that there is not a single story that has ever been told from your various fellows and from what they've read about a necromancer that does not have a coat on. Although he does have a scythe on him, or was it a
It's a
scythe?
sickle. It's a
Sickle?
sickle. It's like a small one-handed farming tool.
So he does have a sickle, which is kind of similar to the necromancer's scythe. So necromancer in training might be your first thought. But
I mean,
I'm
I've
very
also got like a
confused and
dagger that looks.
definitely on edge.
I mean, I've also got like a dagger, but you know.
oh, is it
yeah.
like a dagger? Yeah, I thought it would be
I
like
have
a.
both. I have both. I've got both.
Oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, so he kind of walks in. He seems to be very used to everyone staring at him. Again, you also notice with your 21 perception, the guy once again cheats.
I'm just gonna sit down at like any old table that doesn't seem to have anyone on it, or if I can't find that, I'm just gonna sit down in any seat that pretty much gives me a view of the entire room.
Cool. That would probably be this seat right here would probably give you the best view.
All right, then I'll go sit there.
Cool. There's like one dude at your table, but he is beyond smashed. He has taken probably 6 drinks too many, you would imagine, from the various cups in front of him, and the fact that he looks like a man who got hit by a frying pan several times in the head last night. He's not moving.
Whoa there. You might wanna dilute that. Maybe a bit of water. Bartender, could I get a bit of water over here?
Yeah. Not sure if he's awake enough to drink it, though. Yeah, he walks over and just kind of places glass
Can I
of
run
water.
like a medicine check on him just to double check that? Actually,
He's alive.
or that might do an investigation check.
You will
I
See
see.
if
don't
there's a
See if there's
I
a
guess-
pulse.
I'm just trying to discern this man's immediate condition.
You're more than welcome to, yeah. I think is that medicine rule?
Sure. I'll run a medicine then.
Nice.
I mean, it's the best roll I've had today, but it's still not great.
Yeah, he's he has a pulse, and he's breathing. Mostly.
Does he seem to be conscious?
No, not in the slightest. He is about 8 levels away from healthy. His liver is probably on the brink of failing at this point. You're not really sure how often he drinks like this, but considering the bartender isn't even phased by him being face down the table, this is probably a nightly thing.
I'm just going to walk around behind him and lean him up against the back of the chair, just simply so he's sitting upright.
All right.
And would I have any knowledge as to a way that I might be able to improve this condition? Probably not.
No, not really.
Fair enough.
He's a drunkard. He's a real hardcore drunkard. The only way to improve his condition is no more alcohol. Maybe some healing potions or something. But yeah, he's not looking too hot. He doesn't look dead, at least. He's breathing better now.
Oh gosh. I guess I'm just. Would there be some sort of check I can do, just like discreetly be he taking an quick visual examination of everyone in the room?
Roll me perception.
All right. For the love of God, for the love of God, Lord.
Your rolls are your dice are like yes. So far from what you can see, most of the human folks have stopped looking at you and gone back to their game. Considering you're not even bothering to try to be hostile. You're just kind of trying to help a guy who probably is going to die soon based on how much alcohol he's consuming. And so they're just playing their game again. You do notice that this buddy Boo over here, he does kind of look at his dice for a second. He's like, was that the number? And then he just keeps playing like usual. You also notice that the 2 half-elf ladies are staring at you. At least one of them is staring at you rather openly, which I think would be Ellie.
I stare curiously and chuckle under my breath as I watch him attempt to help the drunk guy.
You have a
And I
lot of
think to myself
experience.
that I would have just smacked him with the fry pan and just sent him on his way. I knew he would be fine, but I was just enjoying the sight.
Give him a concussion and he'll be fine.
Concussion or hangover headache, choose one. Or leave.
That's fair,
Not at
man.
my bar.
She's staring at you. Rowena, are you also staring at him? Oh, with that 8, you would not notice her hand on her knife.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah. She looks non-hostile to you.
I guess I'll just pull out my deck of playing cards and just like play solitaire on the table or something.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Frying pan lady.
You
Does
can
he
call me
not set
Ellie.
you on edge? Oh, okay.
No, I haven't seen a whole lot of people other than gnomes, and there's been a lot of crazy stuff I've seen at a bar, so he's the least of my worries. If anything, if he did concern me, I have a frying pan, so I
Okay.
Oh.
I'm not comfortable with him being here. What if he's part of the other side? You know?
I mean, there's a chance anyone is part of this other side you speak of. But
Oh,
who
you
really
know
knows?
what I'm talking about. You must.
Most part. I've heard a few things here and there, but it's been just mostly tavern talk, but you can enlighten me. I like the sound of your voice.
You don't know much about the war that has been going on.
Again, I was raised by gnomes. Gnomes don't trust people, and people don't know they exist for the most part, so if there's a war, that sucks. I'm not a part of it, but that's all I know. I heard about it here and
Well.
there from the tavern, but I figured it was the drunk people going on about their lives. It's kind of hard to tell who's sober and who's not.
I suppose with your history, maybe most things that you heard were muddled by drink. But how would I put this? There is our side. Oh, well, I guess you said you aren't really part of it. But there's our side, which is the good side, right? And then there's the other side. And this is hard for Ruina because she is not that intelligent.
I love her trying. This is so beautiful.
And
Believe me, you'll probably be doing a lot better than me. I'm a high intelligence character and I've rolled whole 10s and below.
and we need to defeat the other side, which he has a great chance of being part of.
Well, we can always find out. I mean, between you and me, and it seems especially you, he probably won't stand too much of a chance. But I also don't know what he is and who he is. But I'm quite curious. But I've seen curiosity be the downfall of a lot of people. So, but I do believe the rumors that I've heard and what you told me that there has been a war, because there's a lot of corpse and blood-stained paths as I wandered over here. So,
Oh, most definitely. Almost every generation of my, well, our. Do you want to be included in the half elf society, the elf society? I'm not sure.
I think what it is since it's kind of parental choice because I was raised by the gnomes and I was dropped off at the forest, so that just means that both or one of my parents believed I really shouldn't be a part of it and that it should change. But that's just my thinking, of course, just wishful thinking. But I don't really want to be part of the war. I help people out. I've dealt with drunk people here and there. I just try to take care of people, live my life, and call it good.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, here's my thought process. I think we should set up an ambush.
Okay. Ellie, fully
want
intrigued,
information?
just puts her hands under her chin and gazes at you. Go on.
I love
Right.
those.
I am not a fan of him. Just by looking at him, I'm not really a fan. So, when he leaves, we should leave first, of course, because that's how you set up an ambush. We leave. Maybe wait in the alley beside here, and as he walks by, I will grab him, and we can talk. And then we'll get information, and I can slit his throat, and we can leave him there.
Oh my god. As you're
I
looking
mean-
at her, Ellie, you notice out of the corner of your eye, he's still playing solitaire.
Well, as much as I think that's a great idea, I don't know if we should slit his throat because he doesn't seem like much
You
of a
prefer a knife
threat.
through the heart. Oh, you devilish
I
person.
prefer a fry pan to the face. I've seen it be very effective. But
Oh.
he's playing solitaire, so he might be here for a while. And he's pretty cozied up, so he might be even looking for a place to stay even. But that's just my guess. He doesn't seem much of a threat, but I'm also oblivious to the world as a whole, as I'm sure you've noticed, so.
I don't know. You seem very knowledgeable, except for the important parts. Right. So, modification. We go outside. We wait in the alleyway, and he seemed to kind of muddle around with that person right next to him, right? So
Yeah, it
maybe
seemed like
we
it.
call for help, and maybe he'll come running.
True, he does seem like a chemist of sorts. Based on the potions, of course.
Probably for the wrong side anyway.
I love this so
If we,
much.
if we take him out, they'll have one less healer, and it'll
I'm just
help.
sitting here just like, how am I gonna think my way out of this one?
Just playing solitaire. Real quick, actually, Ruina, roll me stealth.
Stealth. Okay.
Alright, cool.
Ooh, not bad.
His passive perception is lower than that. So he is definitely not
Rip.
seeing you
I'm
passively.
very much whispering.
Ellie, also roll me stealth real quick. Very curious if you're gonna get below his passive perception. That would be funny. Only hearing like half of one-sided.
conversation.
Oh, you privately rolled that. I can't see that.
Well, let me fix it. There it goes.
There you are.
There.
You rolled with advantage. Or you rolled with disadvantage, actually.
Wait a
Well,
second. Um,
you
I mean,
want to
either
roll me
way,
a flat?
she still exceeds my passive perception either way, so
She
doesn't really matter.
does,
Ain't that big of
yeah.
a difference.
Okay, do you want to roll a flat for me? See if you know how to do that. You managed to do the special rolls. Can you do a normal one? There you
there it
are.
goes.
That
That does not
is
help.
Uh-oh.
that's much
My
less.
private one was 10. I'm sad.
But I'm
Uh,
assuming we're still counting like the 23,
yeah,
because
yeah.
that was
We'll
going to go
we'll
in the first
count we'll
thing.
count that 15 because it's smack dab in the middle. Yeah, he just looks to be having fun with his cards, and every now and again, I assume you kind of push him back when he starts to slump forwards.
Or
So
probably quickly slip behind and set the chair back up if it looks like he's going to fall over.
yeah, and he's just back to his cards. It's just playing some cards. Bartender randomly comes over to him, walks away. He's just playing with some cards. Continue.
Why is he doing that? He keeps setting that other person back up. Almost like he's helping him, but I don't think he is. Maybe it's a cover.
I mean, unless he wants him to drown in his own throw up, but he seems one of those people that are skittish. Maybe he cares for his cards too much and doesn't want the person drooling all over them. I don't know.
I would think that's more in line with his personality, yes.
It does seem like it's kindness of heart, but who really knows? The bar brings out the weirdness in people.
So yeah, what you guys like to do? You have a guy playing cards. The two people on across from you over at this table playing the cards. The guy over on the right side is clearly losing. The guy on the left side is clearly winning. Might be from the fact that he's cheated several times now, but the guy on the right just isn't catching it. They seem to be having a what you called not very. They're having a very civil argument, mostly involving one of them drinking the other
Civil.
one's beer. Apparently, they were betting beer.
Is is there an upstairs to this bar?
There is, yes. Is technically the
Okay.
inn. You can talk to the bartender if you like about it.
Well, I've come up with two plans. What would you rather do? Oh, you've given me your name and I haven't given you mine. You can call me Rowena.
That sounds amazing.
You just see her staring at you with like the bright eyes, just like oh.
My bright brown blue eyes just fully gazed on her. It's like, oh, someone like me.
Yeah, you do also know she does have two different eye colors as well.
Ah.
I made sure my character was extra special, extra different.
Roll me. This would be history,
It's the
actually. Yeah,
freckles.
roll me history, Rowena.
History, okay. History is not good. It's intelligence.
All right, cool. Yeah, you make no distinguishing notice about her eyes aside from they're pretty.
Well,
Well,
don't you have just the cutest eyes?
well, thank you.
So, which plan do you think works better? Go out and wait, which I guess it wouldn't really work? Or go out and create a commotion, see if he comes running?
Honestly, I think based on how much he's caring for the guy, he'd be more curious if there was a commotion going on. Because we also don't know when he's gonna leave. Because he could sit there the whole time playing his cards and helping the person until the person ends up dying. For all we know. So, do you want to be my damsel in distress, or am I the damsel?
I need to be quiet. I'm going to sneak and grab him. So I think maybe you should be the damsel in distress. What do you think?
Works for me.
Okay.
Not gonna lie, this is gonna be hilarious the moment y'all step out of this bar.
I am terrified.
I'm gonna go and walk on out.
Alright, cool. So you walk outside the bar, which is the building on the right here. Let me do. This just seems a little bit nicer to hold. I should probably lower the... Oh, well, I'll do that at some point later, probably next session or something. Anyways, you guys walk outside this bar. And the first thing that you guys notice... well, actually, yeah, both you roll me perception. Again. Very curious, so if you're going to get a high perception. Well, alright.
Oh,
The ground is
it's not
still kind of
horrible.
clean. Yep.
It's gotten a little dirtier since I last saw it.
Alright, yeah. Let me just make sure that, oh, how do I do this? I don't know how to do this. Well, I have never actually tried, so I'm going to do this. Oh, actually, yeah, we should, oh, did you manage to beat it? Oh, you did manage to beat it. Oh, exciting. So we're actually going to pull you guys in here. This place is fun.
Concerned?
Although I don't have the picture for them, so that is fine. So you are in, let's say, this bar. Oops. See, this is a proper sized map.
That's a fairly large icon for what it seems to be a battle map.
Yeah, very nice.
I'm half giant, not half elf.
Let me fix...
Yeah, what are these elves you speak of? Surely they could not rise to this size.
There we go. I'm fixing your existence here. Dunk. There we are. And then I gotta fix Oliver's. And I gotta fix Ellie's. Da-da-da. We'll get there eventually, guys. Don't worry. First time I've tried using, oops. Did not mean to do that. Let me guess. That changed his... Oh, no, that did. Shocking. Yeah, well, that... Oh, okay. What? No.
Hey, you took me.
Don't do that. Wait. How did... No. Wait. Use the other token. Wait. Oh my god. No. What? What happened? What happened to my token? Wait. I gotta use the other token now. Huh? Wait. Wait, hold on. Don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it. Sign token. There we go.
You got it. I believe in you.
Okay, there we go. Did that fix him? Okay, that fixed him. But he's still a giant, goddammit. Hold on, I got this.
I don't know if we can trick a giant.
Well, you know, you might be able to. It'll just take a lot of, force? Okay.
All the fry pan damage.
Click update token, not a sign token. Okay. There we go. That's for later. Don't worry. Don't worry. And then... that. Okay. So, as you walk outside the bar, one thing from earlier should resound with you folks. There are no guards in this village. So, which one of you guys comes out first?
I'll go out first.
Alright, cool. Roll me reflex save.
Oh, what?
Wait, reflex save?
Yeah.
Somebody on the other side of the door knows that she's there.
Yeah, feel free to roll me that reflex save, please.
I don't know where reflex is. Would it be under?
Oh, sorry, dex
I don't
save.
even see it on my...
Whoops.
Okay.
Yeah,
like, wait a
dex
second, I
save.
don't see it on
Sorry, I'm
my
used to
end.
using a different
Sorry,
system.
he's used to running Pathfinder. Pathfinder has reflex saves, not dex saves.
Oh, that's... Alright,
It's
cool.
an 11.
Well, I'm going to roll I don't remember which one I roll for him, but he doesn't have anything, so he's going to do this one. This is a... Sure, go with that.
Welp.
Wait,
All
your
right,
no is
then.
nat 20? Are you... Oh no.
My
That's...
plan is
Hello.
already falling
What
apart.
no was 1.
I
Yep.
thought so too, but I'm looking at the chat bar and he rolled a no and it says nat 20.
Huh.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
goodness.
you just got bear hugged by an orc. Who, yeah, pretty much you opened the door, stepped out, and then she's about to open the door, and then you get pulled into a grasp. The reason I had you guys roll perception is because of their ability to hide, which is not very high. They have a very low ability to hide. But, yeah, so he's going to start just... Can I grab both of you, please? There we go. He's gonna pull you up there as you walk out. And he's about to turn the corner with you as Ellie, with her 11 perception, barely sees the massive 6'5" orc holding you.
What?
She barely sees him. You did not. So yeah, he's holding you tight. You can't reach weapons at the moment. Ellie, what do you do as you see you almost missed him too. You almost missed a giant orc holding your friend and walking away. Not really walking, they're more sprinting. But he also moved his hand around your mouth, which is very unpleasant for you, I might add. It smells
Bite 'em.
awful. Yeah. But yeah, you kind of sort of see your friend being dragged away. Since he got surprise on her, but not you, he's only able to move 15 feet away instead of the 30 on his full turn. So yeah, what would you like to do as you are now watching your friend get dragged away?
Ah,
I should roll.
frick. My heart is torn. Literally. And figuratively.
Roll in a new character tonight.
He does not see you at all.
Ooh,
He doesn't even
okay.
know that you
Hold up.
exist. He can't even see that you are a person of possibility. All he sees is this lady, who clearly has been following the path of blood for a little while, as she walked into the town and completely missed the fact that he's a 6'5" orc hiding. Also, everyone else missed him too. That's why I asked if you guys were looking around. Y'all managed to miss a 6'5" orc hiding in like some hay or some shit.
I mean, to be fair, since I was technically looking for individuals' condition, it could be argued that I technically saw him, I just wasn't paying enough attention to register that it was an orc.
Yeah, and yeah, so he saw you walking in. He saw you coming from a ways away. And then he saw you walk in, and then he saw you walk into the bar. He's just kind of been waiting for you this entire time. Half elves, generally good fodder. So, anyways, he holding you, and he kind of says to you, "Got some." Hold on, I gotta get the right voice. Got a half elf. Got scouts. You're gonna taste good tonight. Gonna make you into my dinner. You do know that, at least to the best of your knowledge, orcs also have a very similar aspect to goblins. They will eat anything that has flesh on them if they're hungry enough.
So, She's now my damsel.
Well, that
Am
escalated
I-
quickly.
Am I still by the
Those
door?
roles reversed.
Yes, you literally walked out the moment, like, he grabbed her and ran. The moment those doors closed, and you were about to grab the door and, reopen it because she was a little bit faster than you, he fucking grabbed her and ran like the goddamn wind. And so the moment you opened the door, you caught, like, the edge of his, like, belts. As you stepped out, you see him to your right, good 15 feet away, holding her, just kind of, running. You're not even in his existence.
Okay, so I'm going to peek my head, or at least yell into the bar, and be like, hey, if any of you are useful in any way, there's a filthy orc that just stole my friend. I need help, and if you're gonna help me, get out now, or else I'm going without you. And then I make a mad dash to the freaking orc and be like, get your filthy, disgusting hands off that beautiful elf. And I smack him with my fighting.
Considering the
Because he
fact
still
that...
doesn't see me.
Yeah, considering you have, what's the word? Surprise round, that's the word. I don't know how I managed to forget that. You do in fact get a free blow on him.
Yes. Let's
Feel
go.
free to punch him in
Let's
the
go, let's go,
soft
let's go.
parts.
Does a 16 hit?
A 16.
It better hit.
I believe that hits. Yeah, 14 AC. So you do in fact hit him for 7. Or sorry, wait, I'm looking at the wrong one. 13 AC. That does in
Right
fact hit him.
smack the back of the head.
Yeah, minus 7. He's not looking too hot. Yeah, you clonk him good. You hit him with the force of a man who is, woman who is very angry at his entire existence, honestly. Good job.
Maybe short, but I am feisty and angry.
You are a very feisty woman. Anyway, he now notices you and your frying pan of hell.
Time to get that second hit in. Let's flip this pan.
Well, you could try. I really want to see
Can
you
I
getting that one. That would be funny.
At me?
Yeah, it's a surprise round. You're free to punch him. You do in fact miss, however, as he basically slams his fist into your frying pan. He is a good foot, maybe 2 feet taller than you. How tall are you? You're like, what? 5 foot 6? Yeah, he's a good foot taller than you, and his muscles make your ones look like spaghetti. As he straight up just like slaps the frying pan as it comes towards him, barely even like paying attention to you. However, he does in fact slap with the hand that was covering her mouth. So you are able to speak now. All right.
I mean,
feel free to roll. What's the word?
Initiative.
Initiative. Thank you. Don't worry, I will remember things at some point.
Who?
All of y'all. If I ever say roll
There's
initiative,
currently no
just
active
assume
combat.
everyone's doing it.
yeah, I just about to.
I just clicked initiative and it said there's no active combat.
Oh, it did.
Yeah,
Well, that's annoying.
Same.
I feel like it should just start the combat, but that's fine. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Add your combats. Or, oh god. Oh god.
Oh my, are you serious?
No.
Well, you're not too useful.
Somehow she is still faster than Oliver. Unfortunately,
Plus, I'm pretty sure under normal rules, Nat 1 initiative does not skip my turn.
that is true. So unfortunately, the crew?
I could just like see myself just like I heard the shout. I tried to get up and immediately trip over the chair.
Pretty much. Nat 1
Bless your
does
heart.
not kill your turn, by the way, just so you're aware. But we will use... Can I even use you? I don't know where I got you, but yeah. Okay, cool. So I'll roll his initiative as well, which I assume that did that. Ah, okay. Cool, 14. Ellie is still in the lead there.
Yes.
Barrage.
Now, unfortunately,
My angry fury.
I still know how to do other layers, which is starting to bother me. One of these days, I will actually do stuff ahead of time and be smart. But okay, you guys... I don't know how to do this without other layers. I've been spoiled. Tile controls, movement controls. I don't know how to use other layers. Oh, that's sad. Okay, well, we're going to ignore that and figure that out later. How far? 60 feet, I think. How far is your range?
I'm about ready to fly. Let's
60
go.
feet. Short. Does anyone know how far a short bow can shoot?
It should say on the item's description if it's... or I could pull it.
Oh,
Let
it
me
does.
see.
Okay, 80 to 320 feet. Cool. I think only Rowena has long range, so this is going to be interesting.
Just remember, I'm
I
pretty
have
sure...
such a
Or,
long range.
isn't there like a disadvantage
That's
for
annoying.
firing a ranged weapon in melee range?
I think
Or is that just
so.
spells?
I think that is...
No, I think there should be one for ranged.
Yeah, I think you
weapons.
get disadvantage if you do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is annoying. I don't know.
Plus side, rangers usually carry a reasonably powerful melee weapon as well.
Eh. Well, this is annoying. Okay, well, we're going to pretend that this is an orc archer. Because his token's not appearing for me, and it's frustrating me. But that's fine. Duke and Duke. That should work. Cool.
Oh goodness.
Don't worry. Only some of these are a danger to you, so it's fine. Okay, well, they're a little bit more of a danger than I thought. Okay, mostly because you guys rolled
I
terribly.
wish my fry pan was a boomerang.
I know, right? Alright, Ellie, your turn is up first. Unfortunately, viewers will not be able to see the initiative, but that's fine. We'll just, as usual, say who's going first and when. So, yeah, Ellie, your turn again. This orc is staring down at you. His fist has collided with your frying pan. And I don't know how mad this makes you.
Did he dent it?
Slightly.
Ooh, he's
Do
about
we get the
to
Wrath of the Monk?
stop looking at me and look up to the heavens pretty soon.
Well, feel free to roll your attacks. You do have 2, and this is specifically because she is a monk, which allows her to do a offhand attack with her bonus action with a monk weapon, which in this case is usually unarmed. However, her frying pan does the exact same damage, so effectively, flavor-wise, she's just smacking him twice. But yeah, it is slightly dented, which is impressive considering it's a cast iron pan. So you are welcome to
Livid.
continue bashing the living hell out of him. He is injured. You do manage to hit past his AC and do another 5 damage. He is still standing, although he looks near death. Hey, that works.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Come on,
And he is dead.
kill him. Good.
Minus 5.
I don't know how orcs taste, but by golly,
You'll
I would
find it.
not wager
I
very
want
good.
him to pay
So,
for my fucking pan.
I do want you to remember, this is your offhand attack that killed him, which means you swung to the right. Which side is Rowena?
Oh
Sin,
no!
Sin, there's a
Honey,
reason
no,
that
I'm
most
sorry.
Sin, there's a reason that most DMs usually only
all
have
good.
potential for friendly fire on a nat 1 roll.
Oh, I know. Don't worry. It's it might not. She's not hurting her. she's just dropping an orc on her. So roll me a dex save to see whether or not you get trapped under him. No damage.
Dex save. Let's go. Come on. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Can we not? Can we please roll better? Dice, people. Come on.
So
I swear, the only things that have been rolled well today are attack rolls.
So you straight up are just real pissed at this boy. You do a slap to the side. He looks at you, his face all bloody and bruised, but he kind of spits at you. You don't take people spitting at you well. So you backhand the living shit out of him. Unfortunately, his entire grip is on Rowena like a death grip, and is now actually a death grip because he's dead as he falls on top of her. Rowena, how tall are you again?
I'm 5'8". Not too tall, but not.
Yeah, he's
not exactly short.
He's 6'5", so that's like
I'm about to cut
9
his arm
inches
off
on top of you, I think.
to make it come alive.
So you have probably like 9 inches of height of an orc on top of you and like a good 150 pounds heavier than you, who just kind of fell on top of you, completely dead. So you're now also having his blood coming out of his mouth slowly moving down towards you. He's a good 8 inches taller than you, so his blood's going to take a bit to get to your hair, but it's coming for you.
Hair is very important.
Oh, I don't know why these ones are taking damage as well. That's annoying. You shouldn't be, you don't.
It's my wrath. I'm sorry.
Ignore that.
As I fall, I'll just be like, "Ugh, thank you, Ellie. That was."
Ignore that.
Sin, for the love of God.
The other two are already injured. I don't know why. I think it's because I pulled them out later. Anyways, yeah, so Ellie, you have managed to injure this orc, who is part of a orc scouting party. This is literally the dead center of the of Rio Tao. So she made it there, and so did they. They've actually been here for a little while, trying to see kind of the situation going on. Anyways, Mr. Orc's turn. This bud's dead. He should have a death mark on top of him, but he doesn't.
I mean, you could just delete... Nah, I guess he is technically weighing down one character, so we can't really just delete him.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
why.
will
Please
delete him.
delete. No, that's not it. We'll do... No, that's really small. Defeated. Haha.
My fry
Nope,
pan
that
is
didn't work.
5 foot.
What? Oh, it's
It
a 5
says
foot
full-
range.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a second.
Well, there's no real way for me to make him dead. So, if you hover
There you
over
go,
him, it
Nikki.
says dead. So don't worry about it. I don't know. I'll put some kind of
Can you
signifier
give
or
some
something
sort of marker
down.
to him, like maybe a skull or crossbone or something?
Yeah, there you go. There's there's a module that lets me give him a more dead marker, but I don't have it on at the moment. I don't think, for some reason. But yes, there's this tiny little death mark. Anyways, yeah. So the other orcs don't come by. You have a. You're trapped under an orc, so he actually has to go around you. So that's about 30 feet, so he can't do anything. It's about 30 feet, so we'll move him right there. I think they're running distance 30 feet. This guy has clear line of sight to you. This guy also has clear line of sight to you. So that's that orcs. Oliver still hasn't come out of the bar, so the only one that they can actually target is Eleonora. So they're going to roll their lovely short bow. I think that worked. Oh yeah, that worked. Oh, that's a lot of damage. That's a shocking amount of damage. Why does that do so much damage? They die in like 2 hits.
'Cause it's a bow.
That's why they're different CR. Interesting. No, they're the same CR. They should... Whatever, I guess. How much health do you have?
Pressed.
Oh, you have a lot of health. Never mind, that's why they do a lot of damage. Alright, so you take about 7 damage, so feel free to update yourself. That one does anyways, and he can't attack again, so this one's going to attack again. He's going to shoot you again. 12. What's your AC?
I'd wager it's pretty high considering she's a monk.
Yeah, 17.
What?
So took
He was
about...
asking what your AC is.
Yep. Cool. Alright, so you are now
Elaborate.
injured. You have an arrow sticking out of your arm, pretty much pierced right through, right into your shoulder. Fleshy bits, thankfully, but nothing too
Actually,
bad.
does she have a high enough level to have block arrows?
Oh,
catch
you
arrows?
actually do have, you have...
We're ready to catch these hands.
You have
I
deflect
think that's the
missiles.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's the interesting thing about monk. They can catch projectiles out of the air, and if they reduce the damage that the shot would have dealt to 0, they can throw it back.
Oh. Okay, roll me deflect missile. So if you go into your features, there's deflect missiles. Feel free to just roll that. And
If she wants to use her reaction for that anyway.
Yeah. Wow.
Ooh.
Okay.
Boy's about to meet some
So I
lovely
think that
gods.
she just reduced the damage to 0, so she just caught the arrow.
Cool. If you want, you can spend a key point to throw it back at the enemy.
Oh yeah.
All right, cool. Is that oh, that's the attack.
I think at this point I'm angry enough. I got this.
Damage to 1d10, so dex, that's 11. So oh, what was that? Oh, that's your key. Okay. Do 0, you hold in one hand, you make a ranged attack with the weapon and ammunition, it costs part of the same action. You make the stack with proficiency. When you do so, the damage you take... Oh, so I think that critical is you throwing it. So I think you just did 10 damage to the guy that you just punched. So no, you can take your 7 health back, and you deal more damage to him than he would have done to you.
Good.
That's not how you shoot an arrow. This is how you shoot an arrow.
So we're gonna from your very squished position, and Oliver, as you're actually no, the door's blocking your range. So yeah, Rowena, from what your position, the other 3 who are watching, an arrow shot towards her, and she straight up just grabs the arrow out of the air, looks at it, turns it around to her hand. Her frying pan's in her other hand, mind you, so this is her left hand, and yeets the arrow at the guy so hard that he is now half dead.
She'd be great in the army.
Yeah, so we know it's your turn. That would be a strength check to see if you can get this hulking mass off of you. At least I don't think your strength is above 15.
Nope.
All right, cool.
Not
So yeah, it's
currently.
a strength check.
Okay. Is it just an ability check? It's not a saving throw, right?
No, it's just a ability check, yeah. Well, that's a 10. It's going to take your entire turn, but you are able to move this hulking giant off of your body. He is very gross. He's about as much as you thought he would be. Hearing the stories of orcs for so long, he smells like dead fish, and he bleeds just the same as everyone else. And yeah,
Well,
he's
that's
heavy.
scary.
He is very heavy. He is uncomfortably heavy. The fact that Eleonora was able to kill him in 3 hits, considering his size, it's kind of shocking. But also, you're very focused on how heavy he is. Yeah, so that's...
Is there any way for
You know,
bonus
the bard
action
does
I can
things to
draw
you.
my scimitar?
You are more than welcome to. Drawing your weapon and playing it back for this game is a free action. I dislike drawing, but if you have to pick up your weapon from off the ground, that is a bonus action. Since you technically have it sheathed, it's a free action to draw.
Okay.
If you have any bonus action stuff that you want to do, you're welcome to do it. But you can't take an actual action. That was your full action was getting this thick boy off of your body, kind of shimmying your way out from under him.
Ooh, I do have a bonus action. Let me see. I'm gonna Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
This.
Cool. On the left, you should be able to see a weird target. If you click that and then click him, it should mark him. Hey, there you go. He is now marked.
And then let's see.
Cool.
Make it so I cast it.
Nice.
I don't know why it did that.
That'd be the damage that you add on to your
I think you actually add the damage individually from each shot. Actually,
Yeah.
I don't know what the number is for this one.
Oh, you deal an extra 1d6 damage to the target whenever you hit with a weapon attack. Oh, okay. Cool. In that case, we'll use that for the next one, I guess. Or you'll just roll 1d6. I don't know. We'll play with it. It's probably because it's like in the code or something. Anyways, yes, that's your bonus action. And Oliver, you hear the commotion from Ellie. The rest of the bar doesn't seem to be doing much. Either they're too drunk, too stupid, or it's the bartender and he doesn't want to die. He has bar to run.
I'm going to quickly pull on my mask and attach the what's it called? I'm going to attach the perfume head to, let's say, the red flask that's currently on my belt sash, and I'm going to run out the door.
Cool.
If I can actually get this thing to move.
You should have access to it.
There we go.
Oh, there. Cool. Was worried there for a second. Yeah, so you are able to move out the area. You do notice the two orc archers. One has an arrow jutting through his leg at the moment, specifically his thigh. The other two to your right, and then you see Rowena kind of pushing herself out from under an orc's very obviously dead body, and then muttering an arcane phrase under her breath, although you're not quite sure where it went.
Let's see. I don't really have any bonus actions I can use. Just moved. I guess I'm just going to cast Firebolt on this one.
Nice. Okay.
Just the one and only thing I can see at the moment.
Oh yeah, that's going to hit him. Oh, that's a lot of damage.
So I just reach into one of the pockets on my coat, pull out what seems to be a small pellet, quickly strike it on the match pad on my pants, and huck it at him.
Nice.
It immediately catches fire.
Yeah, he gets hit. He is wearing what looks to be leather, which I believe is flammable, if I remember correctly.
I don't think so, actually. I'm pretty sure leather is fire resistant in real life, but in D&D I don't think it does anything to fire.
Alright, cool. Yeah, so he's wearing full leather uniform. You're not really sure what exactly this leather is made of, and you're not really sure you want to know the answer to that question. But yeah, they don't smell very good. You are making them smell better, though, kind of, to anyone that likes meat.
It smells like burning flesh. I don't think that smells better.
Does to an orc. But yeah, so he kind of gets lit on fire, and he's like, dumb. He kind of stares at you for a second.
Never seen a T-Flinking before.
Teeth! Dumb teeth! Kind of sounds like saying teeth.
Anyway, though, that is the end of my action. I have no bonus actions to speak of I can use at the moment.
Cool. Ellie, your turn again. You hear one of them shouting at your possible friend at this point. Dumb teeth.
Enemy.
I'm
possible enemy.
assuming you're the person trying to that tried to help the drunk inside, so I'm glad you came to help. Nice fireball of sorts, it seems. You definitely got him injured, so...
We can talk about this later. We have a situation on our hands.
I just got caught up in the moment. Okay. I guess the only person I can really get to, because there's still a body right here, is this one.
Yep. You're welcome to walk over to him. There you are. Yep. He looks at you and he's just like, "You killed Mork." Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt.
What'd you say? I didn't quite understand you. Here, this might help you be a little clearer.
Ah!
Bonk.
See several teeth coming out of his mouth as you do so.
Oh no, that's not a good thing. Orcs view teeth as a sign, or hang their teeth on necklaces and use it as a sign of their experience and age.
My teeth!
So if he survives this, he's going to look like a more valid source. So if he survives this, he's going to look like a more valid source of information to the other orcs. No, I don't know.
Well, I guess I need to mess up the information then.
Please get a 1. Oh, you rolled with disadvantage again.
17 was the first one, so I did wager that's probably what we would go with.
Yeah, 13 beats his AC anyways, so she beats it anyways. You can stop rolling disadvantage rolling. So he's also dead. Yeah, so even the 13 beats his AC. So you break his teeth out of his mouth, and then you break him with another backhand, so he also falls to the right. So he's also
I
dead
guess
now.
I'm building a orc wall.
It seems that way. Thankfully, it's to protect your ranger, who, yeah, is not being shot this turn.
It's a guard.
The orc's turn, though, and he sees her getting out from under Mork, apparently his name is. He's like, "No! Mork!" He stares at the other orc. Orc!
Do you want to be next? I can add you to the pile.
He's going to swing at the only one he can actually see. Does that beat your AC? I think that does. 14, I think, is AC.
Yeah, my 14 is my...
Yeah, so you crawl out from under the dead body, point at that, say arcane to that, the phrase to that thing. Not really pay attention to other orc here, as orc dies and Mork died. As he swings and just slams into your just back, claws a massive gash into your back with his great axe, as he just kind of yells at you. Elf! Ranger! Scouts! Die! You take
Freaking
7
hell.
damage.
Okay.
Okay, that's his turn, and his other 2 teammates are dead, so they're not doing anything. The Orc Ranger, oh, you are barely injured. Alright, the other Orc Ranger up here, which you have cast a mark on, he is going to take another pot shot at Eleonora, because she's the only one he can see at all. Well, he can see the...
Gonna catch his hands again. Let's go.
Yeah, try it. It's a 15. That does not beat your AC. You are welcome to use your reaction to lower... Actually, no, it just misses you. You see it hit the orc's dead body, whose name is apparently Orc.
Can I throw it at him?
No, you cannot, because it missed you, basically. It went wide of you, essentially. Just kind of flying into
so
the
I can't
body.
be like, grab it, chuck it back.
No, only if
Send my love.
it hits you and then you lower its damage to 0 can you grab it. Mr. Injured Guy, who you horribly injured, is not going to go for the alchemist, because A, he can't see him, and B, you shot him in the leg with his own arrow. He's kind of pissed. He's very pissed. You're welcome to use reaction now to grab his arrow. Roll your...
Deflect.
Yes. You... A 13. Oof. That does in fact lower his thing, but you are unfortunately... you'd not be able to hit. The fact that you can see it makes that very weird. I might change that in the future. But yeah, so you are able to lower it down to 0. But if you use a key point, you'll be able to throw it back at him. I wonder if I can take away this auto use.
Think I'll throw it back at him.
Okay. Roll me. What's a dex? I think that's a dex. Good God. Yeah, roll me dex ability check. Oh, and that uses your proficiency too. Interesting. Ouch.
Let's go.
All right, roll me 1d4 plus 4. You can do that down in your little box on the bottom right. 1d4, which is first bit, plus 4, 6 damage. He is not dead. Shockingly.
I'll let the gods know that he'll be arriving soon.
Oh, the baby wanted to talk. Alright, yeah, so he's almost dead. He's once again gotten shot in the leg by an arrow.
Is it one in each leg?
Yeah. Remember that meme where it's like the I'll post that. Or yeah, I don't even know what that'd be called. Is that arrow in the leg?
Arrow in the knee.
Yeah, arrow in the leg. There you are. Post the casual chat. There you go.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, so Rowena, you are in a lot of pain at the moment. Well, actually, you're barely injured. His great axe went through your back, but not by much.
Right. So I would be shooting at disadvantage if I
yes, because he
did
is...
with the bow and arrow. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my bonus action first, and I am actually going to target this meanie.
Okay.
And I will use my scimitar. Let's see, how does one...
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. So that's an 18. That's going to go straight through his armor. That's 9 damage. And then roll your hunter's mark. You can just click it and it should roll the... Wow. Ooh. He's dead.
Oh my gosh.
That was 15 damage in total. I guess how much health they have. Yeah, you guessed it. 15 health. Yeah,
Not enough for this kind of damage.
So he slashed you in the back, and your response was to take him down. In fact, you took him down faster than Ellie did. It was literally a
second. Time to swing cast iron.
Yeah, Ellie, you hear the slash, obviously, of the great axe through her back, and then you turn your head slightly as you just catch an arrow and yeet it back casually. That's what you do, and you just watch her pull out her scimitar. How do you kill this man, orc creature?
Decapitation, I bet. I don't know.
Right, so I crawl out from underneath this other orc. I thank Ellie. I get slashed in the back after casting a spell onto this far hunter. And then I turn around after getting slashed in the back. And I said, "Oh no, you did not." Moved my hunter's mark over to him. While drawing my scimitar and I just come right down. How tall is he compared to me?
He's 8 inches taller than you.
Right. Okay then.
Yeah,
I
they're all
will-
looking down at you, which is hilarious considering your background.
I will take a note from Ellie and go for the legs real quick.
Oh, smart
Just
plan.
try and swipe my scimitar through. If I'm allowed to do that.
Oh yeah, this is your kill. He's dead. You're welcome to do whatever you wish to this man.
This is
And
all
then
just
just-
spectacle at this point.
Yeah. Flavor this to your heart's desire. Make
Stab
it
him in the
salty. Oh.
Easy enough.
Oh. Down the
How
throat with a
dare you
scimitar.
touch my
Oh. I believe those are the curved blades, yeah?
Yes, correct.
Ooh.
How dare he?
So you watch Ellie as she slashes his leg, specifically like the back of his knee, so he drops down, twists it in her hand, and just shoves it down his throat. You can actually see the blade like slicing through his throat from the angle. His blood just pools down on the floor, and then she rips it back out. This man has no throat no more. It's open. Including his jaw, just all the way up.
Right, okay.
And then he
Well,
falls forward.
I can't tell if, like, that was amazing. Don't get me wrong, but that was a bit brutal, but that was amazing. I was gonna ask if you were okay, but it seems like you're doing pretty great.
I'm just looking at how just like looking slightly sick to the stomach. Just like, it's pretty clear from my getup that I've probably seen an injury or two in my life, but this is probably the most blood I've seen in one sitting.
Yeah. It's a lot of blood that just pooled on the floor. You got a great angle of it too. Just great angle of her shoving it down his throat, ripping it back out. His throat is on the floor. You got fantastic angle. Yes, now it's the archer's turn, or it should be. Whoops. So this bud up here is going to learn from the mistakes of his friend, who twice now has gotten shot in the knee, in the legs, and is not going to shoot Ellie. I know, shocking.
Oh,
Is instead
the
going to
heck?
shoot the man who lit an orc on fire, because he seems like a more long-ranged foe. And you take,
Yeah, I think a 20 hits.
you take 5 damage.
Okay.
Have fun with that. And the other guy is not going to learn from his old mistakes, and he's just going to do the same thing he keeps doing, which
oh
is
my
hit you
goodness.
for very little damage. You're welcome to use your third and last key point if you like to.
Just kill him with his own arrows.
I mean, basically,
You don't
how'd you die? Well,
Welcome to the
Yeah,
afterlife. How
I'll-
did you die? I got stabbed in the throat by my own arrow after it got caught out of the air and thrown back at me twice.
yeah, I'll use my last key point. Catch it, deflect it.
Roll your deflect. Yeah.
He's
yeah.
ready
You have an arrow in your hand
I'll
now.
let them know.
Yeah, he's dead. Yeah.
A moment.
That's 7 damage to him. He's very dead. As the third time now that you have caught an arrow out of the air into this man's entire existence. You have not only shot him through the legs, but you have now also shot him in wherever you wish to.
In the neck.
Alright, cool. Yeah, right through the neck.
Neck.
He's already on his knee. He was literally shooting, like the first time you hit him in the knee, in the leg, in the thigh, he went down to one knee and then shot you from that position. Second time, he was on both knees, like praying position, and then shot you from that position. He's a very stubborn orc. And then you shot him through the throat, and he went forwards and landed on his bow, which was also in the shooting position.
Oh, I was expecting you to say it's like, yeah, this is a bow spear, so the top half of it is also pointed.
It might be, yeah. You know what? Hold on. Let me see how likely it is for this barbaric man. Yeah, it's a bow spear. It you don't want to know what the sounds were like. You're actually
Well-
quite
I
distance
imagine
away.
they were not pleasant.
Yeah, you could barely hear the sounds. They were not pleasant. They were very similar to what Rowena just did.
Well, it's a good thing he was already in praying position. It just sucks I kind of took the ability to plead guilty, but I'll let them know. At least he had a quick death, right?
All right.
Reasonably, it was within 15 seconds.
Yeah, Rowena, you wanna see what you can do about this man?
I didn't. It is my turn again. Wow.
Yeah.
Right. I will move my hunter's mark over onto that one then.
Mm-hmm.
Bonus action. I guess I could take the chance and do longbow at disadvantage.
There's no enemies
This-
around you, so you're at normal.
But with the longbow, it's only a.
Oh, is it? Oh, it
What's
is
the details on it?
150, 600 feet.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I need a short bow.
Well, it's a good thing you've been using that outside of this town because that's a good bow for a distance. Good lord.
Yeah. Fire a short bow. But I cannot. So.
Hey, they're both using short bows. One's just squished.
I only have a speed of 30. So
You can jump 6 feet.
I will move
Mhm.
around, I guess.
All right. Yeah, you just kind of step on their dead bodies. They're dead. They're not even difficult terrain.
Okay. And start running. You know what? Can I double?
Yeah. It's called
Just run
dash.
again for my
So it
action?
allows you to move
Yeah.
your movement speed again.
Okay.
All right. Well,
I'm
Dashing
coming
costs
for
your
you.
action?
that's fucking terrifying. Okay. Oliver, how you doing?
Before I answer that, I believe you previously said that drinking a potion is a bonus action under your rules.
It can be either a full action or a bonus action. If it's a bonus action, you roll. If it's a full action, then you get max roll.
How do you rule potions that don't necessarily always demand a roll for their effect?
Potions
Well-
that don't necessarily need a roll, such as potion of God, trying to think of a potion. Are you talking about your experimental elixir?
Yes.
That one, because it's a specific kind of potion, you can do that as a bonus action.
All right, then I will down on my experimental elixir. If I can actually remember how to show this to everyone.
You can, I believe, just click the icon, and then it'll
Add to actions list. Wait, that's the wrong thing.
I think you can roll it from your inventory too.
I'm just trying to see how. It's not. It's an item I had to actually MacGyver up because this item doesn't technically exist under normal circumstances. Off
Okay.
of my class feature.
Well, okay, so it doesn't automatically
go.
roll. So yeah, you just click the
So
the
roll
icon,
d6 for what
essentially.
effect it takes. Doesn't auto do. Okay, fine. So
3.
I gain +1 AC for the next 10 minutes.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I just quickly heat down on a strange gray color red potion, groan for a moment, but then proceed to just crud. How far? Where is this? So I can
He's
go-
quite a distance.
I just want to get into a position where I can attack without accidentally shooting her.
With your bolt, you will pretty much just go beside her, essentially.
Burn her hair, and I will hit you with my fry pan.
Okay, that should be within 120, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay, I will huck. Actually, yeah, no, like that's a melee A1. I am going to firebolt the one
Nice.
on the other side. Yeah, I think that's a miss.
Yeah, you shockingly miss him as the firebolt skits along, both along, like, right next to her over her shoulder practically, which I believe you are much taller than her, if I remember correctly. What, 6?
I am 5'11".
5'11"? Yeah. So your bolt goes pretty much across her shoulder, just right above it. She can feel the heat from it, and then it goes. And then he the orc archer actually does a really sweet like move where it's like almost Matrix as it goes like right past his face, and you also notice he turns around as he does that. So Eleonora, you saw Oliver huck a firebolt the thing. It's now facing the opposite direction of all of y'all.
So, make a mad dash to beat it in the back of the head, is what you're saying.
Yeah, though I don't think you can hit him this turn.
She can if it's a bonus action and strike.
Oh yeah,
True.
that's true. You do have a bonus action hit.
Yeah.
I think you are
So
the
mad
only
dash.
person who can do a dash and a hit at the same time. I love it.
I mean,
You're
rogues
about
can
to
do
see
it too, but that's just simply because they can take a dash as a bonus action instead.
Oh yeah, that's true. So yeah, if you want to come up and start clobbering him, he's also looking away from you at the moment.
Let's go.
You rolled disadvantage again.
Okay, so I don't think a 9 hits.
No, it does not. You attempt to swipe at him, and your pan pretty much hits the ground as he hears you coming up behind him like a goddamn fury. I mean, even Rowena sees you just dash like a freaking monstrosity past her.
I'm getting a little tired.
And so he like dodges to the side a little bit as you slam your frying pan where his head should have been all the way down, crushing several rocks beneath you, just with the sheer force of your swing. And then it would be his turn again. His turn.
Hey, Reina, watch your step.
His
I
turn
kinda
is
broke
to
some
fuck
things.
off. His turn is to fuck off as hard as possible. His turn is to fuck off like there is no man on this planet that he wishes to
Hey,
find.
Sin, there's something you forgot.
Oh,
She hasn't used
yeah,
her
right.
reaction yet.
Yeah,
She can still hit it.
That's right. Yeah, attack of opportunity. Feel free to roll your attack again. He's using his action for something else. 13! That misses. Shockingly. He is going to do that, and then he is going to... He's going to basically disappear. Roll me...
I mean, with Hunter's Mark on him, I have advantage on perception.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, okay. So
or
it's
survival
still
to find him.
still technically combat to some degree. He has left the town. So since it is now tracking him, you guys are welcome to roll survival. If you get above that 22, you will know where he's going.
I mean, I have proficiency with the check, but then again, I also wasn't in direct line of sight, nor do I have am I the one who put the hunter's mark on it?
Yeah. So the best chance is Rowena, but yeah, you would be rolling at disadvantage, Oliver, because of the sheer distance between the two of you at the moment. Rowena would be rolling at advantage, and Eleonora would be rolling natural.
Okay, so
Eleonora
That doesn't happen.
does not see him. He just vanishes from her sight, basically. He goes around the house, and that's it. You can see his tracks. And then after, like, you can see some of his tracks going to the wastes, but the winds kind of blow over his tracks for the most part. So they're very hard to see, and you can see they go on for a little while. The wind started picking up for the most part, and although it is pretty much a barren wasteland, you don't see him again. You assume that he could be hiding in one of the many dunes that are outside of this town. He could have gotten around a hill in the time that took you guys to find him. He was sprinting like a goddamn madman from the fact that, wow, did you two just viciously murder his entire scouting party with the effectiveness of a tank? But
My goodness.
yeah, you're not seeing his tracks anymore.
Well, but at least we have one of them.
Yeah.
Wait, is there one still alive?
No, they're all dead. All the 4 that are here are
no,
all
you
dead.
basically almost just hit me, Oliver.
That's true.
I think
Yeah,
you're part of them.
she thinks you're part of them.
That's right.
Are you all right? Are you all right?
Am I all right? I'm drawing my scimitar, and I am bonus action moving my hunter's mark onto him now.
Whoa,
You can
calm
feel.
down, calm down. I came out here because I heard someone was having an issue.
Or the one
Freda,
who
he can't-
probably summoned them.
So, I don't think you quite understand how alchemy works.
I think we need a moment. We're all kind of injured in some sort of way. Let's just not kill each other. I'm bloodied, and you literally had an orc fall on you, and I'm kind of concerned with that mark on your back, so let's just try to get cleaned up. We'll figure out what he is. Let's not try to kill him. I appreciate you being this fighty. It's great. But he did try to help, and he did kill one of them. Kinda.
It's a
Mark on your back.
distraction.
Mark on your back. Are you all right?
Am I all right? You tell me, sir.
I have medicine right here. He just is holding
It's
up
probably
the red
poison.
head vial. I'm just going to literally just uncork it, dip a finger in, and rub it over one of my own injuries.
Is indeed shockingly
wounds.
not poison.
Casting spell, cure wounds.
All right.
My first leveled spell for the day.
It shockingly is not poison. He heals for 7 or 2 full health. I don't remember if that's full.
That
I
is full.
still
I only
don't
had.
trust you.
Oh, fair.
So, but
You can clearly see me wince slightly for a minute before the wound just slowly vanishes right in front of your eyes. But
I love this.
Trust issues is understandable, but you do have a massive wound on your back. Would you feel better if I applied it?
I'm going to hand the vial to her.
Nothing from him.
Nothing from him.
I'm just going to shrug and start trying to make my way back towards the tavern.
I'll block his way.
Okay.
What now?
Why are you here? You show up, and then all of these orcs show up.
Have you
Explain.
I have no idea what these guys are doing here. I just popped in for a quick research task. Well, not really quick, but still.
Research task? Kind of like maybe finding a half-elf and bringing her back?
For the love of God, I don't know who the heck you are.
Exactly. That's why you would take us.
And how would I have even known that you were here? He's just like, looks at you, he's just like, please? Can you give me a logical answer here?
Well,
You didn't.
okay.
But you took advantage of the time.
I took advantage of the timing to attack the very things that was trying to kill you.
Get on our good side. You're not on my good side.
Okay, but he's on my side. He did come out to help when I yelled for everyone because I saw you were in danger, and you're kind of my priority. You kind of became the damsel of the situation. I became desperate, even though we got it figured out and handled now, but we should at least give him a chance. You can still dislike him, but you need to be dealt with. He tried to help, and if you keep being stubborn, I might just have to pin you down to get you better. But we need to focus on your wounds.
I can take care of myself.
You say that, but you're still injured, and you're trying to pick another fight.
I just look back
I
towards her.
cast Goodberry.
I have an herbalism kit if that helps.
You watch her
Doesn't have-
spawn like 10 berries in her hand, and she just starts eating it very slowly, staring at you.
Yes, pretty much, yes.
1, 2, 3.
I only took 7 damage, and I have 10 of these.
Okay. He just like looks down out of the few she has left, looks back at her just like completely deadpan, just like, okay, why is this a concern of mine?
You were the one who was trying to heal me. You're trying to get on my good side. I do not trust him. I don't dislike him. I hate him.
Oh,
Okay.
I love
Well, among all our first impressions, this is probably one of the most frustrating and stressful, won't lie. I just say putting the vial back on the sash. And removing the mask.
I
What
love Ruby.
research are you here for?
I just take a quick look around to make sure that there aren't too many individuals too close by.
Literally,
If you
no
must
one has
know,
come outside.
If you must know, it is something that I'd prefer not to be a heavy stress on the local population, considering the general nature for what it did to the town I just came from. Yes, I know how much that probably he drops your trust in me even more given the situation, but honestly speaking, at this point, I don't really see any of my words convincing you otherwise. So, the answer.
Smart.
So, the answer to your question. A disease whipped through the town I just came from, and I'm trying to check to make sure it hasn't spread here. I am a doctor, not a vivisectionist.
You can be a doctor and a vivisectionist.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Okay, how about we figure this out over food? He seems trustworthy enough. I don't even know if you trust me, Reina, so...
Oh, I trust you.
let's give
You're
it-
a half-elf.
Okay, but I'm a half-elf that wasn't raised around other half-elves, so I could go berserk like a angsty little gnome, for all you know. I mean, you just watched me completely destroy orcs and kill one with its own arrows, so...
Yes, you would be great in the army.
So would he, since he's a doctor.
He's lying. He has to be.
Well,
The only time I've ever heard of someone who looks like him is from the other side.
You're not
Worst
very-
part.
You're not exactly residents of the Great Plains, are you? Or of the Greylands. It was
No.
Greylands, wasn't it?
Yeah. Greylands, Grey Plains. There's so many names for it. Anything with gray is pretty much acceptable.
You're not exactly residents of the Greylands, are you? We're not I won't lie, we're not exactly the most common in folk here, but us spawning in this general area is not exactly unheard of.
I, for one, kinda wandered over here. Sheer curiosity. Probably could have ended up killed. Did not. But I am definitely not from around here.
That would explain a couple things. Things he just says, just like placing a couple fingers to his forehead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll me insight, by the way. Rowena. Woo. That was private, Chicky.
Insight?
Yeah, insight
Okay.
on Oliver. See whether or not you believe he may or may not be telling the truth. Depending
Yeah, that's what I
on-
was rolling.
Oh, okay.
Just
Plus
so I
side,
went
this
along
sounds.
with the
Oh wait,
plot.
no. Investigation's an intelligence check. Crap.
Oh, damn. So from your insight, you can tell purely from the way he's standing, from the way he's talking, from his exasperated sighs about pretty much the entire situation, from his general outfit, the doctor's mask, his potions, etc. He is indeed a doctor. He does not seem to be meaning you any harm in any way, shape, or form. And from what you can tell, especially from the fact that you spent so very long around soldiers or storytellers or folks that will lie through their teeth in order to get higher up in the chain of command, he's not lying about a single thing that he's said so far.
Rowena is going to sheath her blade. Turns to Ellie. He could still be lying, though. And then she'll go over to the archer over here. That's dead. And kind of like rummage through.
Just like go for the arrows.
Yep, the arrows, maybe the short bow.
You can
Oliver's
tell. You can tell
Oliver?
he has several arrows on his back, enough to resupply you up to 20. However, his shirt bow, well, he landed on it, so you would have to restring it and possibly do some minor adjustments to it, because, yeah, that bow was landed on. It's not as flexible as it used to be.
Oliver just like spontaneously, he just freezes when, and she does, then just starts walking away. It's just like, well, that was very spontaneous and, huh. He just like still has his finger just like hovering over his forehead and just still watching. She doesn't even seem to register that they're still there.
I leave Hunter's mark on him until it dissolves on its own an hour later.
Nice. Okay. All right. Well, you have a bunch of dead orc corpses now. They don't have any money. However, if you guys do want to check them, they do have some rations, which is primarily meat. They have a lot of meat on them. And
I mean, to be fair, it's a common thing for trail rations to include jerky. So
yeah, they have almost nothing but meat. Some of it raw, but some of it cooked. You're fairly certain the cooked was more recent than the raw. But yeah, so you guys have now met each other. Next session, hopefully, Zero is going to be here, and he's going to wander into the town, seeing a bunch of dead orcs and several travelers who are not in any way, shape, or form his race inside the town that have now murdered a bunch of orcs in town. So.
actually, Sid, I actually had one last comment I wanted to actually make
feel
in
free.
character. Well, since I'm really bad with names.
Rowena.
Ellie.
Oh, Ellie.
Actually, I was talking about our monk friend here.
Oh, Ellie.
Wait, that's Ellie? Oh,
Yep.
sorry.
Yes.
So I actually was going to look at Ellie. She's like, okay, so you seem like the friendlier face of the two, and I actually do need a hand with something. On my way through town, I actually was hoping to find a market space of sorts. I need a component for one of the mixtures I'm working on here, but it's kind of strange. But did you by chance see a location I might be able to find a stick of butter?
By mine. Whoa, why is she spinning?
By my
There we go.
knowledge, I forsooth the tale of which you tell. You still...
Honestly, I didn't get a good look of the town, but you'd probably be lucky to find butter in the bar itself. They don't just sell beer, at least the one I worked at, so.
I'll have to ask the bartender. Thanks for that input. And I'm
Yep.
going to be making my way back towards the bar after that comment.
Go. All right. Well, with that, that'll be the end of this thing. It lasted a little bit longer than I thought it would, but lasting pretty good. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you guys enjoyed watching, feel free to follow. We're going to be doing this every week on Thursday at 7 p.m. PST. I'm also going to be doing some solo streams on Wednesday at 7 p.m. PST and Friday at roughly 10 or 11 or so p.m. PST, if you guys want to watch that as well. But yeah, welcome to the Library of Stories, Purgatory Corner, and I hope you enjoy your stay here as we watch these fellows and folks attempt to not murder each other. Was
This is gonna be complicated.
It's gonna be very interesting, very complicated. Trust issues are very fun. You guys are gonna have a lot of fun with the part.
Guess it's gonna be a while before I start making infusions then.
Yeah. But hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we will see you next week. Bye.
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 Have a good one.